Singing for their rights in Selma. Are some black people here being denied the right to vote? A recent regulation requires all voters to hold a state-issued photo ID. Campaigners say that's effectively disenfranchised poorer African Americans.
The most common form of photo ID in the state of Alabama is a driver's license. There are rural areas where a lot of people don't have driver's licenses. A lot of adults don't have driver's licenses. They're too, quote, they're very cheap, but they're too expensive for them.
The new law was ostensibly introduced to prevent fraud. However, critics say the real motive by the Republican-controlled state government was to reduce the Democrat-supporting black vote. But this is a battle the people of Selma were fighting half a century ago, when thousands of protesters marched across this bridge to demand equal voting rights for African Americans. It was a battle they believed that they'd won. The three marches, two of them led by Martin Luther King, ultimately led to the Civil Rights Act of 1965.
When I crested the bridge and I saw the policemen lined all the way across all four lanes.
One of the marchers was Joanne Bland. She was just 11 years old.
I thought this would be over when I was a little girl by now, that it would be over, but it's not. Every time people of color in the United States make a step forward, a law is made to kick it back. So I'm not surprised that today that we're going through the same things that we went through in the 60s.
Several other states have introduced similar laws. It's estimated that 1 in 10 Americans doesn't have the photo ID necessary to vote.
They base it on this idea that there's fraud. Fraud is minuscule. There's very, very little fraud. And Alabama actually was ground zero for voting rights 50 years ago, and now it's ground zero for efforts to kind of restrict and let southern states off the hook.
Not yet clear what effect that will have on these crucial elections. Jon Brain, TRT World, Selma, Alabama.